Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your January 2022 general reading. This is a reading for the collective, and as such, this reading may or may not resonate for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, that is okay. Sometimes that's a good thing. We're all at different ages and stages in our lives. We're all experiencing different things, different burdens and concerns. So not every reading is going to be relevant to everyone. Maybe the next one will be, maybe not. Okay, so let's see what the message is going to be for you today. We will be using the Rider Tarot deck as well as the Universal Weight deck. So we're keeping things pretty straightforward and classic. So I'm just going to shuffle your cards, or two decks. This card. Okay, let's see what your message is, Gemini. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. That's a very nice way to open up a reading. The Magician, two major arcana. Four of Swords, very nice. And Death. Let's try to clarify this a little bit further. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Gemini. Lots of changes have been happening and changes are on the horizon. So over the last couple of years, we've all been going through a lot of changes, but you too, Gemini in particular, you've been having changes both in terms of your career, your job and financial prospects, but as well as your social circle. Now, yes, it's true, we've all been isolated from one another, some to greater degree than others, but you have been going through a different kind of change. I think you sat and evaluated if the people around you were the right people who should be around you. Like you've taken a step back and really contemplated and really paused and to think about what value are the individuals that I associate with? What value are they bringing to my life, right? You had a big social circle, a lot of acquaintances, a lot of friends, and I put friends in quotes, right? Because are the people who we refer to as friends really our friends, or are they really more like acquaintances or friend of a friend of a friend, you know, distant friends, distant acquaintances? You get the idea. You know what I mean. So I think like you took this time to reflect on your sense of friendship and on your associates and on your sense of community. And I think to some extent, you know, you put an end to some of these associations. Now, I think that just given what we've been going through collectively, a lot of these relationships have fallen off to the wayside by themselves. People showed who they were in a sense. I mean, we've heard that like a lot of couples either broke up or some couples like decided that, yes, this is the person who I want to spend the rest of my life with. And I think the same is true with friendships and so forth. Like true friends really proved themselves and kept in touch during these trying times, right? And others just naturally kind of like disappeared. So I think part of it, what happened here is the people who didn't belong in your life kind of fell to the wayside. And then you also took command of the situation and decided, who really didn't need to be there, right? Because ultimately you saw that the right people never leave your side. The right people, even if you haven't spoken to them in a long time, even if you're going through challenges, the tried and true will always be there if we just look for them. Okay? So this is something that has been bothering you a lot, and if you've had to change your perspective. You've had to change your perspective and just see who are the people who you want to keep around. Now let's see if we could clarify this further. There we go. And the devil. Okay. So it's pretty clear that, in some of your connections, you were always on the defensive, right? That you were always just, you were there, you associated with them, but you never really had those true, you never really felt close to these people, and you were always on the defensive, always ready for something to go wrong, always ready for them to just disappoint you, right? So these changes that you've made came in pretty swiftly. And the devil is just, yes, it talks about our vices and it talks about our addictions and so on and so forth. But in this case, I think you've managed to break away from your need to be part of these social circles that aren't necessarily authentic and that haven't been of a benefit to you. Okay, so that's what the devil represents here. These false friends, these false situations. Now, that's not to say that anybody's deliberately out there trying to hurt you or to cause you harm or anything like that, but they're not like, the ride or die people who you need in your life. And I think you've been consciously paring things down, paring your circle down, and just trying to keep the people who just bring the most authenticity to you in your life. So you've been contemplating this a lot. Most definitely. And if we look here, we know that death is not literal death, that it's an ending to a situation. And in this case, it's the ending of your need to participate or to socialize with people where you're not getting anything out of that relationship, okay? You had to really sit and think and contemplate things in order to be able to break out of these social circles, okay? You've been doing a really good job. Gemini, this has been a year of a lot of contemplation for you and a lot of changes. And I think hitting that reset button in this area of your life is going to suit you very, very well in the future. Okay? That's what I have for you now, Gemini. Thank you so much. Catch you next time. Bye-bye now.